Hello, fall YouTubers. SkidooLand73 coming back at you with another video on this $3.99 that's in this 1970 TNT 292. And the problem with these singles is people just reef on the pull start. Well, what that does is strip out, this is called a starter pulley. See those little pawls in there? It strips those out, and this is what it'll do. It won't engage, and then sometimes it'll engage, but then it slips, and it's really annoying. So I'm going to show you today how to replace them. They're very easy. This is a good used one because these now are $40 plus tax, and I refuse to pay that. So I'm using an impact today with an extender and a 10 millimeter socket just to go make everything faster. So there can be 4 or 5 bolts on the recoil holding on. There's only 3 holding this one on, so there's one under here. And the recoil will come out. And there's your paw. Those are not worn in there because those are the starter paws. And lube that up real good. And I put a new rope on that. So there's that cup right there. And see, I don't know if you can see, all stripped out. So an impact works pretty good because if you use a wrench, it'll move. So make sure you don't drop these bolts down into the fins because it's a real pain. And there's always 3 holding. Sometimes there's lock washers, sometimes there's not. Pull that out. See, there it is. See how it's all stripped out all around? So make sure they're the same ones. And there's your flywheel and all your points, ignition underneath that, but I already cleaned all this when I got it. So slide that on, and then this will be a little, start the nuts by hand. You want to strip out those flywheel studs. There's one way over here. And again, careful you don't drop them down into those fins, because you'll have to get a magnet, and oh, it's a pain in the butt, and I don't have one, so I'm just very careful. So we'll go nice and easy, tighten a couple up at a time. That's pretty good. Now I'm just going to tighten them by hand. Some people are like, oh, you can torque them too much. It's fine. I've been using impact, and it makes us a couple clicks and it's still good. Tighten that, see then the motor starts to move, but they don't need to be overly tight. It's not going anywhere, so those are all tight, not going everywhere. Line up your recoil again. This might be a little tricky. You might have to set the camera there and get a bolt started here. If I can get it. Yeah, there's. Sorry, I just had to get a bolt started to hold this on. So there's usually 4 that hold them on, but if you have 3, that's enough. 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. If I can get the bolt started. Little tricky. Just take your time. Well, that's why. Careful when you tighten this down, because this has to go into the cover. I've had that happen when it tightens down crossways. And then we'll put that last bolt in, and then we'll tighten them with the impact. If I can get it. Come on. Started. Now I just tighten these by hand because it is, I don't know what these covers are, but it's not steel or anything. It might be aluminum or cast, and you don't want to strip them out. So just tighten them. There's no really torque specs, just common sense. You don't want to strip it or break the bolt. Get them all tight. and we'll try it out. Seems to be working good. So there you go. That's how you replace a starter pulley on one of these rotax single cylinder engines. So please make sure you subscribe and like, and have a good rest of the day.